In this video, I'm going to show you how to do the Waterrun glitch, the door clip, where to reload your chapter, and afterwards you also need to quit out and select the chapter Ant Village, otherwise you're going to get soft locked later on. The total time save on this is around 40 seconds. Okay, so right off the bat, we're just going to go to the right. And go to the pipe. When you reach this pipe, the fastest way to do this is when you're full sprinting, you want to turn your camera like this so you can see the pattern on the side of the pipe, and sprint and hold W and D so that you're sprinting forward. And the timing is, you see how there's a big spot of metal that doesn't have rust on it, and then there's this large patch of rust here. Timing that you want to stop sprinting is when your back feet touch this large rust patch right here, right about there, when they're kind of just over the back of the large rust patch. So again, we full sprint with the camera on an angle, and stop right about there, and that's perfect. So that's the fast way of getting into position. Basically, where you want to be is you want your foot to be either over or in front of this small little straight up rust thing there. So you want your foot roughly to be in this area. I did a lot of testing with coordinates on, and I did the exact same aim every single time, and the results seem to vary even if I was on the same pixel every time. No matter where you are, it seems to be about a coin flip, 50-50%, you get it, you don't get it. You can get to the point where you get a glitch 100% of the time, but it may not be the exact same glitch. So unfortunately, this trick is a bit of a coin flip. Okay, so now how to execute Waterrun. Once you're in this position, you just want to kind of look straight or look at the barrel, and tap W so that the cat turns to face this direction. As soon as you tap W, you want to hold down your jump cue, and what's going to happen is the cat's going to start turning, and as soon as the jump cue pops up for the barrel, he's going to jump on his own. So W, hold your jump cue, and then as soon as it was available, he jumped as far right on the barrel as he could. From this position, sometimes you'll land with the cat's head down a little bit, sometimes you'll land with it up a little bit. Probably has to do with the jump position. Both of them seem to work, so not a big deal. So then you're going to aim straight between these two kind of rusty posts, right in the center here. Hold W and shift so that you're running forward, and then when you let go of zoom, it's automatically going to do it. He's automatically going to start running. Boom, now you've teleported back to the pipe. Now, this is where there's a coin flip. There's two things that are going to happen. One, you're either going to get Waterrun, or two, you're going to be stuck on this pipe indefinitely, and you have to reload the last checkpoint, in which case, most runs, it's time to reset. How do you know? Well, you jump on the barrel, and there you go. I got it first try. If you run into the water, you've gotten Waterrun. If it teleports you back to the pipe again, then you're stuck. So now that we've gotten the Waterrun, we're going to run into this gap here. We're going to stare at this little black spot on the right. And now one of two things is going to happen. We're either going to clip into this wall on my right, or it's going to rotate and we're going to get the skip. So what I do, I stare at this little black spot. As I'm holding sprint and W, I will press D. And now you see the cat slid in like that. And then you press A, go the other direction, and boom, you've clipped through the wall. And that's the perfect execution. Now, also what can happen with this method is if you get the incorrect state, you run in, you look at this spot, and when you turn, if it clips into the wall here, it's not going to work. So here's an example of a state where it's not working. I run in, I look at there, I try and strafe, and it just clips into the wall over and over again. If this happens, just run out, run back in. Most of the time, it doesn't take any more than 2. Now, I will say, if you're practicing this skip, if you do the skip, come back, and jump on the barrel, for some reason, after you jump on the barrel, you will always get this incorrect state. When I was practicing this, I couldn't figure out why I wasn't able to reproduce it. And then I realized, for some reason, after you jump on the barrel, I think the cat's height gets changed or something, and you just can't get it again. I just wanted to mention that because it was driving me mad when I was practicing. I couldn't figure out why it just randomly stopped working and I couldn't do it again. Turns out it was just because when I came back, instead of reloading the checkpoint, I jumped on the barrel, which screwed it up. Okay, so next, after you've clipped through there, you're going to run underneath the door, and there's this box here on the right. I usually run straight into the box and then just up to this wall. You get kind of underneath this plank, and there should be a jump prompt here like that. Sometimes it's a little finicky and it doesn't show up right away. Just be careful. Make sure the prompt shows up, because there is a chance you will accidentally jump onto that barrel, which will lose you some time. But yeah, generally, I run into this box here, and then it comes up pretty quickly. If it doesn't, just run backwards, run forwards, it'll pop up. You jump up, continue on. Now this is where the big time save is, skipping the cutscene. You want to run down here, and jump up on this ledge. Now, important to note, when you jump here, do not hold W or shift, or do not continue running forward. You'll clip through, so you want to stop moving, then jump, and then run. Otherwise you will like clip through this and go out of bounds underneath. Kind of pain in the ass. Side note, at the end of the video, I'll show if you do manage to clip through there, how you can get back in and save it. But once you're here, you run forward, and you'll see as soon as the checkpoint loads in the bottom right, reload last checkpoint, and then continue on. If you do not reload last checkpoint there, it's going to soft lock you a little further on into the run. Funny little note here, you'll notice I'm spamming meow, and the cat is purring, not meowing. Don't know why. Happens every time. Now lastly, make sure you do this, otherwise you will get soft locked. I found this out the hard way because there was no full tutorial on how to do this. As soon as you get this little autosave in the bottom left at Ant Village, you need to quit out and restart the chapter. Now you're good to go, and that's Waterrun with the door skip, including the reload and the chapter select. In total, it's about 40 seconds time save. Now, if this happens and you accidentally clip through, there is a way back in. You want to run over to this little hanging spot here. Line yourself up with it. Walk forward and press your jump cue. And you'll jump up here. As soon as you jump up, run into this corner and you'll hit the checkpoint. And then proceed the same, reload checkpoint, and go on. Regardless of what method you use, I hope some of the tips I said in this video can help you out. Thanks for watching. Time to clip into the back rooms.